Logic on Sir Roland, and Maltimum's actually going to stick with the Queen Nai that he found success with against Nemu.
So Maltimum not even trying his Sentinel here. He just goes to the Queen Nai. He's like, alright, I'm against Logic. Logic consistently gives me trouble, so I'm going to give him trouble with my main. And putting out that downer, puts out a neutral there. Slowing these guitars, goes for that recovery. Nice D-Light Nair as well. Logic falls into a neutral light, but no recovery fall. But it doesn't matter. Maltimum finding those downers. Logic keeps trying to punch him, and it's not working. Like, guitars arguably are better than unarmed. So Maltimum won out on those trades quite a bit. And a nice sidelight coming out. Logic finally picks up the sword and gets hit by a side sig.
Yeah, but those sword moves that Logic are hitting are doing so much more damage than the guitars. Even though Logic is indeed getting hit more, the damage is still pretty close. And that downlight dare tries to set up an edge guard, but Logic doesn't manage to get any follow-up out of it.
Goes for his side air there. Logic holding onto the sword, goes for that down sig as well. Heavily damaged, but Maltimum kind of losing on this lead here. If Logic's able to find something else, that side sig very close to punishing that ground pound there. And Logic looking for a downlight startup. Second side sig hits, and that will KO. Logic loses the first stock.
And Maltimum decides to go with a spear instead of the guitars he was finding success with. So far, a very close game. Logic looking for an edgeguard kill here. He doesn't get the nair.
Ooh, goes for a down air.
Playing very safe right now.
Sair comes out, but that's not going to kill just yet. Maltimum using that recovery really early, dodges through, and Logic fails to punish. Actually gets hit by a neutral light. Maltimum jumping upwards, not using a down sig to read him being in the center of that stage, and a nair to recover into a Sair. Maltimum using these recovery opportunities almost as opportunities to get damaged. Logic's not throwing out the right moves, and he's getting hit every time Maltimum comes back to stage. I wouldn't be surprised to see that again. As another nair came out from Maltimum there on the way back. Sair hits. Logic looking like he's going to lose his own stock here off of this edge guard. And now in the orange, Maltimum putting on a downlight, down air connects, neutral sig. Maltimum looking like he's going to take a 2-stock lead.
Yet another edgeguard opportunity here for Logic, and he finally gets the punish as he tries to get back on stage, but there was like 5 edgeguard opportunities there that Logic got, and he ended up getting hit on every single one of them instead of killing. And Maltimum takes the full stock lead with that down sig.
Yeah, Logic going all out of his way to try to recover as safely as possible and loses his stock regardless. And Maltimum gets that falling down or neutral light. Oh no, Maltimum looking for another downlight startup. Waits for Logic to use all those moves to be able to get in, and he's just using dares and downlights. Gets a neutral light recovery. Logic in the orange. This is looking like Maltimum's game. Another neutral light. Waits him out. Gets a nice downlight. That was so cool. You saw him dodge up or jump up, fast fall down, and then reset. Oh gosh, end sig kill.
That was almost a perfect stock from Maltimum.
Those are
completely destroyed.
Those are 2 8 defense characters. A game ending in less than 3 minutes.
What do you even do as Logic? You just got pummeled, and you were playing your main character already. It's not like he wasn't trying.
Hope that Maltimum switches to Sentinel. Maybe that's what you could do.
Even then, like, Maltimum's been playing Sentinel seriously against very high tier players. Like, it's the
and it's mainly the guitars that he plays. Yeah, the low dexterity guitars coming in quite well because Maltimum doesn't play that string heavy playstyle, even though he can do it. We've seen it. We've seen side lights, neutral lights, recoveries coming out. He's not trying to go for those things where he's trying to gimp people with dares. He's getting a solid amount of damage off with just hard reads, like with that neutral light into fast fall jump, into downlight, for instance, stuff like that. It's all working out really well, and he's not taking any damage. Like, we saw an entire stock there was Logic trying to edgeguard Maltimum and being brought into the deep orange from all the failed attempts, and Maltimum just finding the hits.
All right. Well, the weapon or the legends are gonna stay the same. So what is Logic gonna switch up to try to get the advantage here? He's gonna go to Great Hall. We'll see if that helps at all. I imagine he's gonna have to do some sort of shift in playstyle because whatever he's doing right now, it just isn't working. So in we go.
3, 2, 1.
Nah, Maltimum on the Queen Nai. It's gonna get pummeled a little bit. Logic with a lot of early on damage here. Finds his sword. And so far, looking pretty good for the guy. Maltimum has his guitars though, and is ready to start doing a lot of damage, but he's not quite finding anything just yet.
Yeah, Maltimum putting on the neutral light, gets hit by a sider, that N-Sig nearly connects. Maltimum at damage deficit here, finally finds a side light, tries to go in for the neutral light, but Logec doing a great job of recovering with those Sares, gets that ground pound too. Maltimum in the red, another ground pound comes out, weapon toss comes back out from Maltimum, he picks it up and that downer actually connects, goes for that sliding down sig, does not connect, and looking for a recovery here, gets hit by a D-Light Sare, and that might be the stock if Logec tosses his weapon out. No, just gets him with a Sare, and that's actually a good edge guard coming up from Logec, which we didn't see in game 1.
Yeah, and that's a huge edge guard. That's going to kill Maltimum and give him a huge chance to build a lot of damage here. The Lance coming out and doing a ton, pushing Maltimum into the orange already. Maltimum finally finding his way to a weapon, but he's already down a full stock at this point. Logec doing an incredible job.
Ooh, and that ground pound connecting. He takes a 2-stock lead. That might be it. No, Maltimum makes it back, but ooh, that's a lot of damage from those ground pounds regardless. Maltimum finding that neutral light, but he still doesn't have Logec in nearly as much damage as he's on the second stock, and he sidelights to a side sig. This is the exact opposite from game 1. It's just as fast, but it's in Logic's favor.
Yeah, Logec really coming out huge here. He's not getting hit by like any Qatar moves. He's playing above them, getting dares and ground pounds, and just racking up damage that way.
Oh, and a recovery into Nair. Maltimum trying to fall into him and hit damage. Like, he gets that recovery. The second recovery kills, but Maltimum in the light orange already on his last stock. Logec just losing his first one. Is looking like he's going to take this into game 3 in convincing fashion.
He drops the downlight Fair even. Maltimum's going to have to play near flawlessly like he did in game 1 if he wants to win this. So far, Logec is giving him the chance to. These combos have not been returned with any damage. Maltimum doing pretty good. Another downlight there. Logec is really struggling. He can't seem to find anything. A side light from Maltimum. And finally, some damage gets returned.
Puts up that Sare, puts Maltimum into the early red, and that D-Light Sare will put him into the deep red. Looks down for that falling Sare.
Shifted.
Yeah, recovery comes out. It gets hit by that ground pound. Maltimum might get a stock here, but the game? I'm not sure. That ground pound is... Okay, so... Let's see if Maltimum can get those Qatar Gimps. That's what I'm looking for here. He's holding on the spear, however. He probably wants to get that, that side light, down light, Sare combo off, and then he's going to switch weapons.
The initial damage with spear. You can still do the combo, so he's probably going to hold on to it. He's looking for that side light, you can see.
Yeah.
He wants a little bit more early damage. He hits a side air.
There's a neutral light.
Some combos.
Downlight Sares will still do a decent amount. Maltimum actually doing okay, but that D-Light Sare, doesn't kill because the platform. The platform barely saves him. Stops that knockback just a little bit, but the second Sare will do it. Logec takes game 2.
Player 2 wins.
Maltimum had the right idea. He was going to do a little bit more damage with spear, then switch out for Qatars for the KO, but it didn't come to him. Logec found the downlight Sare into second Sare to finish it. And Logic's going to ban King's Pass and Great Hall that he just won on. Interesting.
Maybe because he felt like Maltimum was adjusting and he wants to go to a different map. Either way, Maltimum says he doesn't care. He wants to go to Twilight. And Logec sticking on his legend, as does Maltimum. We're going into game 3 here. I feel like this is momentum based. Like, Maltimum taking a really fast game 1, Logec fast game 2. Who's going to be able to take this game? I'm not sure. It's going to be based off the first stock, I feel like. And a recovery coming out from Logec gives him a little bit of the lead. Maltimum heading in with a Sare Nair, however. Goes to that recovery? No, just another Sare. And Maltimum finding these spear aerial moves and racking up the damage on the Logec here. But Logec finding that ground pound gets the recovery Sare as well.
He has
now,
far more damage than Maltimum does. Maltimum's struggling to finish any of the combos he started. But now he's starting to get some of that consistent damage that Spear is capable of.
Yeah,
and
finding those neutralites. Falls with an air. Oh, that was a mistake. It's done.
Yeah, Maltimum clipping his head against the bottom of the stage, and that'll kill him. Huge mistake from Maltimum, and that might just end up costing him the game. We'll see. He has a spiky ball, and he's definitely not going to give up just yet.
Puts at the downlight. Logec tries to read a dodge in while the bomb almost explodes onto Maltimum there, but he hasn't taken damage just yet. D-Light Sare hits into the island, tries to go for the down air, follow up the end, kills. No! The dodge doesn't get killed at the top of the map, so he can save himself from the side, and Maltimum going in for that recovery. It connects, and that was a clean stock from Maltimum.
Wow. Maltimum just went off on that and managed to take no damage until just then. But Maltimum does have control of the stage. Logec finds his way to a weapon by hitting the neutral light though. Not this again.
Oh
Maltimum.
gosh, that is
No.
Logec finding those downlight dare follow-ups, 3 of them in a row. He's just kind of like, all right, I have a deficit that I have to make up for. Let's hit him with those sword combos, and the bread and butter does a lot. That's the 4th D-light dare that we see hit in a row, and a Sair, who just about does it. Goes to the ground pound. Maltimum just falls to his death, avoiding death. He was like trying, I don't want to get hit by this, so instead he just falls to his own, and now that's it. Logec took that in a dominating force, and now that he still has the sword, he can do it again. There's nothing stopping him.
I mean, all Maltimum has to do is dodge up after getting hit, and that won't work. Or dodge diagonally upwards in some direction. It's very easy to get out of, but the question is, can he come up with that? And it looks like Logic's not even going for it anymore. He's just going for the safe Sairs now, but it's not working. This is what Maltimum's been playing against the entire time. And he's making his comeback.
Comes out in air, recovery, Logec trying to do a little bit more here with his sword, but he's not finding those downlight combos anymore. Maltimum is definitely trying to even this up, but he's not making an explosive comeback like he did on the second stock. Like, he's taking damage, and that ground pound recovery, oh, that's so much damage. Logec tries to go for an air, but the weapon toss stops him. Recovery avoided by that dodge downwards. Logec is getting those downlight dares, goes for the Sair follow-up, Ensig doesn't hit, but that, wow, what? That Queen Knight Ensig picks him up off the ground, puts him towards the center, and kills him off the top of the map. Maltimum takes the stock, but he is nearly dead.
Maltimum is in the exact same situation he was in game 2. He has deep red on his last stock, and he has to play flawlessly. He's going to go for the same strategy. He has the spear. That's building up a lot of damage.
That's 3 sideline Sairs.
Orange.
Yeah, that's like reminiscent of what Logec just did on the second stock, right?
No way. He's ready to go for KOs now.
Okay, let's see it. Nair hits, tosses the guitars aside, goes to the side sig, but that Sair sends him into the island. The island doing a little bit there. I think Maltimum. Oh no! Oh no! He has to dodge though. Maltimum goes to that recovery read down here, doesn't work out. No! The recovery from Logec kills. That was so close. If it wasn't Roland, that side sig would have killed.